Have you ever been to a fruit festival? And if you have been to a fruit festival, have you ever been to a fruit festival in North Wales? If you haven't been to North Wales yet in your life, you really need to come here. It is stunningly beautiful. I'm in Snowdonia, or Eryri National Park, which is the home of Snowdon, or Eryri, which is the Welsh name for Snowdon, which is the highest mountain in England and Wales. There are higher mountains in Scotland, but yeah, hey, it's a pretty high mountain. And that's going to be one of our day trips, optional day trips at the Welsh Fruit Festival. So you can tackle that one if you want to. It's about 6 hours up and down. This one, where I am now, Llynidwell, and the Three Lakes hike, is a slightly easier one. We'll probably be doing that on the Tuesday, maybe the Snowdon on the Thursday. So you can do this as a little warm up. And we're going to start eating that amazing food so that we can open up our arteries, get the blood flowing to all of our organs, our brain, our heart, our intestines, our muscles. And that's the point, isn't it? So, you know, I mean, we love the fruit, we celebrate the fruit. The Welsh Fruit Festival is all about celebrating the fruit-based raw vegan way of living and eating. Some people like to call it a diet and a lifestyle, but those are two words I tend to try to avoid. I think they have connotations that perhaps we don't really want. This is not a diet. This is not a detox. Some people do use it as a detox. Some people do come to fruit festivals to detox. I would hugely suggest that you do that before you get here. Because if you need to do it, you're going to have so much better time if you've got all the rubbish out of your system before you arrive. And I say that from bitter experience as someone who arrived at my first fruit festival in 2019. And literally remember lying on a picnic blanket on the grass outside the marquee thinking, I can't move. I just can't move. I had the most awful headache. It was just terrible. And I'd been eating rubbish and drinking a lot of coffee and chocolate and sugar and bread, all of it. That was me, you know, back in the day. So we have the fruity community, which you can join now to help you to get into gear, start making some of those changes. You might want to not do it all at once, or you might want to do it all at once. Everyone's different, that's all cool. But we are really about, so join it. If you haven't joined the fruity community yet, do join it. And we are about sustainable dietary change for health, for well-being, and for long life, and getting up this amazing mountain. I feel like I want to do, I've got this on a tripod, but I feel like I want to show you, so it might be a bit wobbly, but we're going to do a little 360 here. Here we go. Woo. Don't know how this is going to come out. Okay, so if you are thinking you've never been to a fruit festival and you have absolutely no idea what a fruit festival is, okay, if you Google fruit festivals, you're going to get things like the Mango Fruit Festival and the Cherry Fruit Festival, and those are events put on by people who grow mangoes and cherries. That's not what we are, okay? Fruit festivals happen all over the world, but the ones I know mostly in the US and in Europe, and various other retreats and smaller events as well that you can go to learn about and to eat a fruit-based raw vegan diet and meet other people who are on that kind of healthy journey. Okay, so fruit festivals are about celebrating the raw vegan, fruit-based raw vegan diet. No, way of living and eating, okay? Because I don't like the word diet. I think it's just got far too many bad connotations in our society. We're not here to restrict. Apart from anything else, you need to understand that you're going to be eating loads of food. So there isn't going to be any scarcity at the Welsh Fruit Festival. There's going to be loads of food at the Welsh Fruit Festival. We are going to be eating huge portions of amazing, nutrient dense, fruits and raw vegetables, and some nuts and some seeds, and maybe some sprouted legumes and sprouted seeds. And you can do a lot of things with those things, because most people, when I say fruit, they just think apples, pears, bananas, right? That's not the whole world of fruit by any stretch of the imagination. And fruit, there are so many different kinds of fruit. Pumpkins are fruits, squashes are fruits, butternut squash is a fruit. We were talking yesterday at work about okra. Okra is a fruit. Anything that grows on a plant and has seeds in it, really. It's the fruiting body of the plant. So you have sweet fruits, you have acid fruits, you have non-sweet fruits like cucumbers and tomatoes. Those are non-sweet fruits. Courgettes, in America they call them zucchini. We can make noodles out of those. And then there are some things which are not fruits, but are still a bit sweet, like sweet corn. I don't know if sweet corn technically is a botanical fruit. It might be, actually, not sure. And then we do include green vegetables, lots of greens, lettuce. And I really like to include the dark greens as well, so spinach, kale, parsley, things like that. As well as the stemmy things like celery. So you can do a lot of things. It's really, really interesting. And if it's not something you know much about, well, welcome to a brave new world, because you can have an incredible fun time, and you can also eat amazing food, and you can also know that you are nourishing your body and giving it the very, very best that you possibly can to help it to have its best chance of being pain-free for a long time, living a long life, very active, and having a great mood, because that is one thing that a lot of people say when they start this journey, is that their mood improves. And it's hard to be depressed when you're in somewhere like this, isn't it? But there is actually something about when you start to feed your body properly and really flood it with those nutrients, and you get the fat out, because the fat causes your blood vessels to constrict down, and it blocks them up and clogs them up. It opens the blood flow to your brain, and when that happens, it's just amazing, and the brain fog lifts and your energy levels do that. And when you get all of those addictive things that we're all quite dependent on, like the gluten, if you're still eating dairy, the casein, fat, salt, sugar, get those out of your body. Tea, coffee, chocolate, they all contain really addictive substances as well. When you get rid of all of that, your body enters a completely different plane of existence. Yeah, it does. And people feel amazing. You will feel amazing too. So yeah, if you haven't joined the Fruity community yet, get down and join it, and let's get you on the road.